Today on 5 Minute Mondays, I'll explain all the details about our brand new podcast coming here to 5 Minute Mondays, Podcasting Q&A. Welcome to 5 Minute Mondays, where we bring you the best tips and strategies for building your podcast in 5 minutes or less. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if you listened to last week's episode, you know that we are currently undergoing a rebrand of 5 Minute Mondays. And I explained a little bit of the reasons why that we wanted to really push into content beyond 5 minutes. We wanted to do a better job of incorporating you guys into these episodes. And so in this episode, I'm going to explain all the details of what we're doing. So we decided to change the name to Podcasting Q&A for a very specific reason. And that's because unless you know what 5 Minute Mondays is, there's nothing about the name that tells you that it's about podcasting, right? That if you're just scrolling through an app on your phone and you see 5 Minute Mondays, you don't know if that's, 5 minutes of business advice or 5 minutes of health and fitness or 5 minutes of podcasting, right? You don't know. And so we wanted to be very clear to people that are looking for podcasting content. And we also wanted to highlight the element that we want to incorporate better, which is questions and answers. That if you've noticed over this year, really 2020, about half of our 5 Minute Monday questions or episodes have been questions from you guys that we then take the time to answer. And we wanted that to be really the focal point of these episodes. We want this to be a resource to help you with what you need help with. And so by incorporating your recorded listener questions, we're able to do that. We're able to shape episodes around things that you will find helpful. So that was really the huge push, the biggest reason why we wanted to push into Podcasting Q&A. It will also allow us to go super deep into those particular topics because as great as 5 minutes is and as accessible and easy as it is to listen to a 5 minute podcast, we know if they're 8 to 12 minutes, we can give you better answers. The other thing that you'll notice that is different is that we're changing the look of Podcasting Q&A on YouTube. So there is a YouTube and a podcast version of 5 Minute Mondays. There will be a YouTube version of Podcasting Q&A as well as a podcast version that's audio only. And we wanted to take all the things that we've learned from putting 5 Minute Mondays on YouTube and incorporate them into the rebrand. So that's the background. That's why we wanted to do the rebrand to Podcasting Q&A. But I also wanted in this episode to introduce you to my co-hosts, because I will not be the only one doing these episodes anymore. There will be 3 of us, myself, Sarah, and Jalan. We'll all be taking turns passing the baton back and forth between each other to cover these different topics and share our individual expertise and our collective expertise to really help you in your podcasting journey. So here they are, Sarah and Jalan. Hey guys, thanks for jumping on with me.
No problem.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, I'm super excited about Podcasting Q&A, and I just wanted to get an opportunity to get all 3 of us on together just to talk about a little bit of your backgrounds, because I know people that have been listening to 5 Minute Mondays, they're familiar with me, but I wanted to give an opportunity to kind of let them get to know you a little bit better. So Sarah, why don't you start, just kind of share how you got into podcasting?
Yeah, so I got into podcasting I listened to Ricky Gervais' free podcast, which was, I think, like 2007. So it was like a long time ago. And then I stopped because they wanted me to pay for it. So I said no. And then I think I slowly got back into podcasting. There were some like really good ones when I started out freelance writing, which is what I do. I'm a full-time freelance writer and content creator. And then I just loved the medium so much that I thought, why not create a couple of episodes and see if I like it? And dare I say, I actually like podcasting more than writing. So I've been doing that for about 2 years now, and I don't think I see myself ever stopping.
Yes, it's definitely a bug that you catch and then it's hard to ignore. What about you, Jalan? How did you get started in podcasting?
So I got started in podcasting from actually listening to podcasts as well. So there was a woman who podcasts weekly, and I just love the idea of women getting together and talking through whatever life experiences that they had, as that's a passion of mine. And so I was like, oh, I would love to do something like that. It's just in my space with my passions. And so I really felt like I was maybe supposed to get into video as well, but podcasting was kind of like a low investment way to just see if I wanted to even throw my voice out there in that way. And so I started like one podcast and was like, we'll see how it goes. And I've been doing it now almost 3-4 years.
That is super awesome. So you've actually been podcasting longer than Sarah or I. You are the veteran in this group.
Wow.
Turns out, yeah. So we're super excited about all the content we're going to be releasing for you guys in the near future. But But while we know what it is, you don't know what it is yet. Sarah, what are you excited about? What are you excited about with podcasting Q&A and the new direction that we're pushing 5-Minute Mondays into?
I'm quite excited to be helping out answering some of the questions that you guys have. I know I'm going to be talking about how to record audio if someone's speaking from a phone, talking about podcast websites, which is something I'm really passionate about talking about, and just other topics like that.
What about you, Jalan? What are you pumped about?
I think I just love the idea of launching people into purpose. And so I am just really excited about being able to share whatever I've learned from my journey with people that are getting started or just have questions to want to know how to do what they do better. And that's just really exciting to me.
Yeah, we got a lot of great episodes coming out in the near future in just a couple of weeks with the podcasting Q&A launch. And Sarah and Jalan, you'll be hearing much more from them as the three of us will be tag teaming those episodes. And as you send in questions, we'll divvy them up and put some great content together for you. But Sarah, Jalan, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on with me and introduce yourselves to our awesome 5-Minute Mondays, soon to be podcasting Q&A family.
Thanks so much. I'm really excited.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're super pumped about podcasting Q&A. We think it's going to be a huge step forward for the content on this channel and on this podcast feed. And we hope that you can notice the difference as well. Well, that's it for today. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can subscribe to the 5-Minute Mondays, soon to be podcasting Q&A podcast in your favorite app. And if you want to submit a question for one of these future episodes of podcasting Q&A, all you have to do is go to speakpipe.com/buzzsprout, and you can record your question, send it in, and we will feature your podcast name, we'll feature your podcast artwork, and leave a link to your show in the show notes for that particular episode. So also give you a huge shout out in addition to helping us make these episodes as amazing as possible. Well, thanks for listening. And as always, keep podcasting.